shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off play action. Richardson. Room to maneuver at the 35. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. 65 yards. And the Colts are on the board first here in this division round matchup. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Hey, middle. What?
And they'll begin here with a run by Brown. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 28-yard line.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 4. They go play action now. Jackson. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
That's a gain of 3.
We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Throwing is Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch in the playoffs.
Middle.
Inside handoff, Henry. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
They keep it with Henry on 1st down. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
At the 17-yard line.
Hey, get hot!
Now Jackson going to shift him around. A 1st down carry for Henry. And after the good game last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Now he'll tuck this and run. And that will going to be off target and incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long.
Hey! Report!
Now it's Jackson. He'll try and do this himself. That complete to Downs. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. On 4th down, on is Tyler Luke for the Baltimore field goal. And his kick is indeed good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it to the post for 3 points. Game on.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Play action. Now Richardson. Looking for Kelsey on the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And that's where you want to use your big tight end. Let him use his size and frame to go up and get the deep ball in the end zone. But that time, they couldn't connect.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On the draw is Taylor. Past the 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, 46 yards. As his guys are able to extend their lead. The York on now for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 40 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
At the 33-yard line.
Play action. Now Jackson. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Finding Walker complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
And they'll get him to the ground, and he has another 1st down at the Colts' 31-yard line. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the 1st, getting 14 yards on the scramble. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11.
After one, a 14-3 ball game. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it 2nd down and 11.
What ain't it? Sit hot. What ain't it? Sit hot.
This time Jackson will throw it. Now he's going to step up and run. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. 2nd and goal from the 1. Henry will take this into the end zone. It's a Ravens touchdown.
2 good drives on their first 2 possessions. Remember, the first wound up in a field goal, but we all know field goals aren't going to cut it in the NFL. So they're not going to be denied here, and they wound up punching this one into the end zone.
Tyler Luke now for the extra point. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10.
Makes the score Colts 14, Ravens 10. Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Their own 35-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Second and 9.
Here we go, here we go.
They run once more with Taylor.
And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Now 3rd down and 7.
Let's go now.
Now Richardson. He's got his target. That's complete. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. And a lane slow materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
You've got to be impressed by the defensive front on rips like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
This a 2nd and 8.
Here we go.
And they'll go to the air now with Richardson. From left side here, it's complete. And he's brought down. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down. Running straight ahead, Taylor. Breaks the tackle, he's got room to run. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 80 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Ready.
Back to Taylor on 1st down. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Ready, set.
From the 7, it's 2nd and 5.
Ready.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he gets it a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
4-yard line. A 3-yard gain on the play brings up 3rd down.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2.
Come on, come on.
Running left, Taylor. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Jonathan Taylor with his second touchdown here in this first half. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
At the 47-yard line.
Henry up the middle. And he stopped immediately there. DeMarvion overshown, the one to bring him down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
We changed it.
Jackson. Throw right side here, taken in by Bateman. And they'll get him to the ground, and he has another first down at the Colts' 41-yard line. 12 yards to pick up there, good for a Raven first. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Two yards to go, second down. From the gun again, Mitchell. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
And
all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson as the first half is winding down. And the Ravens are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-17. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Got it. Ready?
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Second down and a little more than a yard here.
19 tight. 70 ranges. 70 range. 19 charger. 19 tight. Go.
Now it's Richardson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
13. Sit hot. 180.
Again, it's Henry. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 92 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. A couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Now a handoff to Henry. And they have power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
A give running right is Mitchell. They find some open field here. And he goes down, but not before getting us inside the 25. That good for 22 and a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
180. 180. What is up? Sit up.
Again to Henry. And a loose football. And I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have. So it looked like a good opening drive to start this third quarter, but ultimately it's going to be an unfruitful one as they give it away on the fumble.
Yeah, the way they were moving it, you figured they were in good position to take the lead, but they sure picked a bad time to be lackadaisical with the football. They wound up giving it away.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through? Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. Ready.
On the handoff, Taylor. Through the middle of the field. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. A big play there for Andy. Give him 42 yards on the ground. And Mr. Reliable shows those legs again here in the playoffs.
And what do coaches tell us all the time? In the playoffs, the team that runs the football well will win the game and ultimately be a champion. They're trying to prove that fact today.
Setting the tone on the ground. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. They try to set up the screen. Nearly disaster. But it's incomplete. Not much chance of that working. Almost intercepted. It's 2nd down.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
Ready.
Richardson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Richardson looking to throw. He'll try and do this himself. Here's a diving catch right side. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down.
Ready.
They'll run here with Taylor. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Colts add 6 to their lead. York now for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Last time out, remember, they fumbled the football. That led to the touchdown. Charles, they were in the red zone, so that's a backbreaker. They got to try to pick up the pieces here on this drive.
Yeah, and I actually started to do the math here, so be patient with me. 12-point swing is the way I calculated, because not only did they drop the ball in the red zone, they watched the opponent score a touchdown right after that. So their goal, have a drive here and try and get some of those points back.
Now it's Jackson. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let it just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Jackson. And Walker with it over the middle. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I will hear about that from him soon.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Complete to Likely. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
You ask tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up as one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts downfield, bends it to the corner, great touch on the football, and they turn that one into a big play.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now 2nd and 9.
No, we changed it. Hey. Oh.
They go play action with Jackson.
A short one there, caught by Likely.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Here's Jackson. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. Sharp there with his feet, gets him a little extra space, and then dropped just inside the 20. A gain of 8 there on the play, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. A shotgun handoff to Mitchell. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They just have
pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Ravens field goal. A 50-yard attempt.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And they will remain 2 scores down as the difference holds at 11.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And I mean, it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
A gain of 14. And the Colts first down.
1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
From the set. Street. Pat the 60.
Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 164 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
And that's a great run, and this is where you've got a running back that feels like he needs to take over this football game. You're in the second half, you got the lead, you're looking at moving on to the conference championship, and he's got to be saying, just keep giving me the ball, and I'll get us home.
Again, it's Taylor.
And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. They had 2 straight first downs, now a gain of 9 to set up 2nd and 1.
And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off the game.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Big Lion. Here we go. Here we go. 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger. Ready, ready.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Red. 19, 18.
Richardson out of the shotgun. Got his man. It's Warren. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the fourth quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
Ready, ready. Bronco 80.
And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Reggie Gilliam taking it in from a yard out. And the Colts are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this fourth quarter lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Cade York to kick off.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. And all the way down to the 35. It's a big run there by Henry. 45 yards. So they had it bottled up, able to make a man miss, and then boom, off to the races.
And it's how he made him miss. A little bit of strength, too. Had to work through contact to get him off of him. And then once he did that, now he put his agility to use and took off.
Ready. Set up. Hey, report. You. Set up.
Jackson now. The list taken in by Downs. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
It's 2nd and inches at the 26-yard line.
Now Jackson. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
We change it.
They'll look to throw here. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe, because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down. And we'll go the other way with the football.
The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example. And now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you don't go on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, getting a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
33-yard line.
Hey, smash Bronco. Here we go. Shot.
They'll try the left side with Taylor. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show.
And this is caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Taylor. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
So that's what an angry defense looks like and what they can do. They told him, you've had your 3 touchdowns already. No way you're getting a 4th.
Let go. Bronco 80.
Again, it'll be Taylor. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get it behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
Ready.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Running with slant, and he finds Mitchell. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
Cade York on for the field goal. A 22-yard attempt.
York able to send this one through. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just haven't been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing till the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
13.
Throwing is Jackson. He's going to let it fly. And, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
Real quick.
No choice but to go. Here's fourth down now.
Hey, thanks a lot. No, what? What's that?
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And as a result, their playoff run may end right here. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Travis Jones makes a tackle.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Let's go. Ready.
They run once more with Taylor. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
So that'll do it for us.